Welcome to today's Networking at Noon, sponsored by SurreyCares Community Foundation. This is a series of events, a very structured digital networking event, because that's how we are able to establish business relationships in one way during this pandemic. I wanted to ensure that you understood that the Surrey Board of Trade is here to support business, bring business into the city. We have the only rapid response pandemic business center within British Columbia to be your concierge of connections, to provide that on the ground intelligence, to advocate at the different levels of government, to be that value that you need during this pandemic. There's 450 chambers of commerce, boards of trades within Canada, and we are one of the top 10 largest chambers of commerce, boards of trades within Canada. And we're also part of a global business organization as well. I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples, specifically the Kwantlen, Katzie, Semiahmoo, and Tsawwassen First Nations. And I just wanted to ensure that during this pandemic, you go to the Surrey Board of Trade. Our team speaks different languages to ensure that you are getting the information that you need during these times. Even with the new provincial health orders up until November 23rd, and we don't know what's going to happen after that. We have a very unique collaboration between healthcare and business with Fraser Health to get that information to you as soon as we possibly can, really right on the minute. I've been texting the CEO of Fraser Health. Now, with these types of events, they couldn't happen without sponsorship. And I'd like to introduce them. They're going to speak to you shortly before we go into the structured networking portion of today's event. They were established in 1994. SurreyCares is one of 191 community foundations across Canada under the Community Foundations of Canada Charter. They inspire donors, they grow endowments, and invest in the people of Surrey. They are our foundation here in Surrey, supporting the livability of our residents and supporting Surrey's economy. They help community-minded individuals, families, charitable agencies who want to leave a meaningful and lasting legacy to our community. And to tell you more, please help me welcome John Lawson, Chair of SurreyCares Community Foundation. John, over to you.
Thanks, Anita. Well, you just took everything I was going to say about us, so that's it. We're done. Just teasing. So my name is John Lawson. I am chair of SurreyCares Community Foundation. Our foundation, as Anita said, has been around for 26 years. We have been Surrey's best kept secret, and our goal is to change that. We are the charity of Surrey's charities. We advocate for the people, the charities, and the nonprofit organizations of Surrey. We educate by showing charities a way to sustainability, and helping those who want to give find the best way to meet their need. We convene, bringing together like-minded individuals, groups, and governments to collaborate, partner, and be stronger. Surrey as a community is very charitably minded, but so much of it is given outside of our community. We'd love to shift that. Give it home to make our home stronger. If Vancouver Foundation manages over $1 billion, why can't we? Our main focus that allows us to do everything discussed is to manage those charitable investments. We have three tools for this. There's an endowment fund. This is permanent capital, permanent investment that only the income is ever distributed. So the money is there forever, always providing an income stream. An example of that is the Friends of Surrey Museum. It's an endowment fund which allows people not to have to pay admission fee when going into the museum. Another endowment is set up by a family that they wanted to fund those suffering from addiction. Again, this capital is permanent and gives forever. That's long-term. On the other side of the spectrum is what we call a flow through, short term, somebody who has a lump of money being gathered and distributed in a short period of time, usually a year or two. An example of that is a group called Race to Resurface. They came forward to raise $600,000 needed to resurface the South Surrey track so that the public can continue to use it safely for years to come. And in between those two are what we call a managed fund. These are typically longer term dollars, but not permanent capital. An example is a charity that did a capital campaign to build a facility. With the excess dollars they raised, the board had the foresight to know in time repairs would be needed, so entrusted it to us to manage. All of these examples,
Thanks, bye-bye.
in all of these examples, we do the administrations, filings, charitable receipting, governance, and reporting. So if you know an individual, organization, or company that might be interested, reach out and connect us. In our role as Surrey's advocate, we, through the Community Foundations of Canada and the federal government, brought over $1.5 million to Surrey for charities serving the most affected by COVID this year. We are currently adjudicating that last $500,000 that will be granted next week. We are more than 7 times oversubscribed, and this has by far been the hardest, most gut-wrenching adjudication in our 26 years. Unfortunately, most of these requests will go unfunded. When COVID hit last spring, we partnered with Surrey Board of Trade, Saheli Foundation, and the Surrey Now Leader to form the Surrey Community Relief Fund. This is another example of what we call a flow through. Every $5,000 raised is flowed out to a charity in Surrey. This fund is a way for individuals, companies, and organizations to directly support this urgent need in our community and is easily received a tax receipt for. To wrap up, let's look forward as we're currently in our 2021 strategic plan refresh. Our 3 focus points are people, communication, and education, and raising the dollars for charities in our community. If you or someone you know wants to get involved, we have opportunities through the board or committee work. We are looking to partner with other organizations, speak to other boards, companies, and service groups to help educate them on us and different ways to have an impact. We currently have 3 fundraising pushes as 2020 comes to a close. If you know any performing arts organization wanting to create an endowment fund for themselves, we have matching dollars available, but the application deadline for this is November 30th. We have the Surrey Community Relief Fund that I have just referred to, and we have the Smart and Caring Fund that allows us to grant the dollars wherever it's needed most. The directors of the board will be reaching out to their connections in the community to put the challenge forward. Thank you all for what you do. Being part of the Surrey Board of Trade shows that you care. If you have any questions or would like to chat, we will always make the time. On behalf of SurreyCares Community Foundation, thank you and enjoy your networking at noon.
Thank you so much, John. And SurreyCares is Surrey's community foundation. And Surrey is an opportunity city, and we need to ensure that we're supporting our charities and those in need within our city during this pandemic and beyond the pandemic. So thank you so much to SurreyCares for your sponsorship and your support and your partnership. So let's get right to networking. We're going to mix a little bit of the new age digital Zoom technology with old school pen and paper. Because what we're going to do is you're going to write down as we introduce each of ourselves to ensure that we're networking and following up. We need that accountability of following up after the session is over to ensure that we are connecting with those industries or those people that you want to connect with. And remember, you may not see someone within this session that you want to connect with, but all of us have networks. We all have connections that can help grow your business, your organization, and our city. So what we're going to do is I'm going to call your name. You're going to introduce yourself, indicate your company name, a little bit about what you do, and which industry you want to connect with. And we're going to write it down, or what other form of technology you want to use. Feel free to chat with each other also in the technology. And we're going to start with that question. There's a second one in play, but let's begin. So I'm going to begin first of all with Christine Butkus.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christine Butkus. I work with John. I'm the Executive Director for SurreyCares, and I'm really interested in connecting with those in the finance sector in Surrey so we can help talk about potential partnerships moving forward.
Thank you. That's a perfect example of how it should be done. Thank you, Christine. Scott Wheatley.
Hi, Anita. Thank you very much. My name is Scott Wheatley. I'm the Executive Director of the Cloverdale District Chamber of Commerce. We are representative of the areas of Clayton, Cloverdale, and Campbell Heights. So if your business falls within those areas, we'd love to have a chat and let you know what our little Chamber of Commerce can do for you. Thank you.
And any industry you're wanting to connect with?
No, I'm just a geographic. So businesses in those areas would be wonderful to get to know.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Anita.
Baljeet Dhaliwal. You can unmute yourself, please.
Oh, sorry about that. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, and nice to see so many beautiful faces on a Monday, or sorry, Thursday. I've been in the private tax boutique business for about 35 years and 20 years in the educational field. What I'm looking to reach out for with any kind of organization, small, big, who would like to perhaps draw up some internal training plans. I set up private colleges for the last 10 years, business colleges for post-secondary institutions. So that also relates to internal training. I'm working on a couple of companies right now, want to do some HR training, reaching out. So those kind of adventures. I also have the pleasure of serving as Vice Chair of the Surrey Board of Trade. So thank you for listening, and I'd like to hear from everybody and see where we can connect. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Baljeet. Debbie. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi. I'm Debbie McDougall. I'm the Vice Chair of SurreyCares. I've been on the board for, I think, just about 4 years now. I'm currently chairing the ECSF committee granting that John was referring to earlier. We're just having our last meeting tonight to allocate the last amount of funds, which sadly leaves a lot of people in our community not being looked after, unfortunately. So what I'd like to do is just connect with everybody so hopefully they can understand what we're trying to do, and just people who will help move our fund development forward.
Thank you, Debbie. Ivona. You can unmute.
Unmute myself. There we go. Hello, everybody. Thank you for allowing me and giving me opportunity to meet all of you. This is my first time. I'm really excited, and it's on Zoom. Oh well. My name is Ivona Chance. I am an owner of a small business here in Clayton area, Surrey, with distribution. Just started. It's super exciting. I'm on a cloud number 9 at this moment. Importing European beauty tools, and at this moment I have a contract with the Polish manufacturer of organic skincare that so far is very well received here and welcomed, and I'm super happy about that as well. Of course, I have many plans to grow with other directions in terms of products. So my company name is IC Market. The product's name is Be Organic. I am looking for connecting with perhaps someone who may know someone who would assist me, which I already partially have done through the Surrey Board of Trade, thank you very much, in beauty and skincare, beauty tools and skincare wholesale distributors. Basically, my plan is to connect with larger merchants and places which would be interested in carrying our products. In the meantime, I am connecting also with someone who is going to assist me initially in my website and e-commerce. However, the wholesale would be my primary business here. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Caitlin Cook.
Thank you, Anita. My name is Caitlin Cook. I am a marketing and business development specialist at Fasken Law Firm. We are a full-service Canadian-based international law firm. So I am looking to connect with anyone who is looking for help with their labor, employment, and human rights, their tax, IT tech, basically anything corporate commercial that you may need legal assistance with. Please feel free to connect. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm very pleased to introduce the next guest. He is Surrey's 2020 Business Person of the Year, Mr. Roger Steers.
The pressure, Anita. Thank you very much. Yes, that's who I am. I feel like I should have just run the video from the other night. So that was kind of a neat experience, and I'm very honored to be bestowed that, Anita. RJC Engineers, we've been around since 1948 in the Lower Mainland, but we expanded into the Surrey marketplace to give us more geographic diversity, rather than just being at the other end of the Broadway down in Vancouver. We wanted something that reached out better to the overall geography. Also, I live out in this direction, so it made a lot more sense for me. And since I signed the checks, that's the way it goes. The kinds of things that we do, we probably have 5 or 6 towers in design and construction in and around in the Wheatley neighborhood, as well as other parts of Surrey. The Clayton Heights or the Clayton Community Center is another one of ours. But we also do a lot of work with existing buildings, whether it's roofing, envelope, anything that looks after things that people own that they need to have maintained and not run into a state of disarray. But there's two things. It's not just kind of that's what we do and how we can be of help, but it's also how we can the thing that caught me about today with SurreyCares is also we have a staff complement in the geographic area of Surrey. We're located at Gateway Station Tower in the Wheatley area, and it's how to encourage and the opportunities for our staff to be giving back within the community that we are in. And so, it's as much for me today about not only letting people what we do, but also being able to come back with opportunities to my staff for a way that they can see themselves being involved here. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of it today, Anita.
Thank you, Roger. And congratulations again.
Thanks.
Linda Paul, you're next.
Hi there. Sorry, I'm at home, so you may hear a puppy and children in the background. I work with MNP, and on my screen, I can see Alana Orell as well. She's my center square on my screen. We work together. We are licensed insolvency trustees, and what that means is we help people that are having financial difficulties. So my hope today is just to connect with as many people as possible that will spread the word that we are the go-to professionals in your neighborhood for people that are having financial difficulty and businesses that are having financial difficulty. There's a lot of information on the internet, and I'm just here to educate people on what it is we do and that we're the only federally licensed professional that can help you with debts. Thank you.
Thank you. And just a reminder before I get to the next person, put your contact information in the chat function. People can copy and paste it into the technology of their choice and follow up with them afterwards. Alana Orell, you're next. And unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. So yeah, we're back to back, Linda and I. So I work with Linda Paul with MNP. Like she said, we're licensed insolvency trustees, helping people who are having trouble with managing their debt. And so I'm looking to connect with anyone and everyone. I think that we all know people who are struggling financially and sometimes not sure where to turn to for information about what to do or what options are available. So yes, we just want everyone to feel free to refer people to MNP, to Linda Paul and myself, so that we would be able to sit down and have a chat with them about what their options are. We do offer a free initial consultation, so that information is available at no cost. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Our next person is LOD. LOD, please.
Hi, I know it's a tough name to pronounce. Hi, nice to meet you all. This is my first networking at noon experience, so it's lovely to be here, especially to meet those from SurreyCares Foundation. I did talk to Christine, so nice to see your face. I work for Peace Arch Hospital Foundation. I'm a philanthropy officer with corporate and community groups. So we did apply for funding through their ECSF fund. That's why I was speaking to Christine. So I am new to this role, only been at the hospital foundation for a few months. So it is great to just meet everybody in the community, businesses and organizations to make that face-to-face virtually contact, and just make connections for future possible partnerships and to learn more about your philanthropic goals. So yeah, it's great to meet everybody. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Olivia Peters.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Olivia. I am with Kwantlen Polytechnic University in our advancement office. So I work with businesses in the community and individuals who want to support post-secondary education for students in our community. So I am particularly interested in connecting with individuals or business owners who want to support newcomers to Canada in our English language studies program. So helping newcomers to succeed in their careers and their new life here in Canada through KPU's English language studies program. And I would also love to connect with the SurreyCares Foundation after this, as I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet. And with your focus, one of them being on education, that would be lovely to connect. And same with Roger, would love to connect with you after this, based on what you said about getting some of your staff involved in different community initiatives. And I'll put my contact details in the chat then for everyone. Thank you.
Olivia. Chris Drinovz.
Thanks, Anita. Greetings, everyone. I'm Chris Drinovz. I have the pleasure of working with John, Debbie, Christine, and Sonia as a board member of SurreyCares. So I've been on the board for just over a year now. I'm also a lawyer, and I lead the employment and labor practice group at KSW Lawyers. KSW is a local full-service law firm with 2 offices in Surrey, including our head office. So I'm here with SurreyCares and also looking to connect with any business owner or HR professional that's looking for assistance with workplace legal issues, whether that's human resources, employment contracts, WorkSafe BC, human rights policies, or COVID-related advice. So it's a pleasure to meet and connect with everyone.
Thank you. Linda Stromberg.
Thank you, Anita. So I also serve on the board of SurreyCares Community Foundation. My role is primarily around communications and do the website and social media work. We are building out a directory for charities and nonprofits in our community. So if any of you volunteer for organizations or serve on boards of other nonprofits or charities, registered charities in our community, please send me some contact information so I can make sure that they get listed on our directory. Also, always looking for content for our blog. So would love to share stories about the work organizations, nonprofits and charities are doing in our community to help people. So again, just send me contact names. That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. David Bennett.
I managed to get this mute thing right. Yes. Hi, I'm David Bennett. I'm the Director of Communications and Community Relations with Fortis BC. And many of you probably know we have a big office at 168th and Fraser Highway. I'm also a newly elected member of the Board of Directors of the Board of Trade just this year. And in my spare time, I'm also chair of the BC Invasive Species Council. So just a little bit about, I've been with Fortis for about 30 years, and we deliver gas and electricity in the interior to about 1.2 million homes and businesses. And we, a lot of charities aren't aware that, you know, aside from approaching Fortis BC and asking for funding, we actually have a program we call Give Where You Live, and any Fortis employee can tap into money where they're volunteering in an agency. So if you do have Fortis employees that are involved in your charities, you know, if you pool a few together, you end up with a fairly significant amount of money. So we also do a matching program too for employees that are donating themselves. But one of the parts of the program is just a grant. It's something that a lot of people I know when I'm talking to them, they're not aware of.
Thank you, David. Ellen, Farrugia.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ellen. I'm the president of the board for the Surrey City Orchestra. Our mandate is to present high quality music to the community of Surrey, with mostly professional musicians that live in Surrey. I'm a violinist myself, and we like to partner with other community groups, and we are able to, in our programs and online, our videos, we can promote businesses with using through sponsorships. We can promote their websites or whatever, and we have done a few videos so far. Last year we presented the Nutcracker Ballet, and we featured 4 local dance companies as well as the Surrey Children's Choir. So we're very much about reaching out to all the talent that lives in Surrey. We do have a flow-through account with SurreyCares, and we are looking into the grant matching program for arts organizations through Heritage Canada, which we'll be applying for. And we are members of the Board of Trade, and they've been very, very helpful to us for our organization. And what we would like to do, obviously, is reach out to more businesses for sponsorships and mutual promotion, and just get to know our community as well as we can. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Tristan, Allan.
Hi there, my name's Tristan Allan. I'm the owner of TDH Experiential Fabricators. We're a small business located in Campbell Heights. We're a custom fabricator that mostly focuses on signs, displays, and industrial art type projects. We've always got a couple of cool things on the go. Right now, we're about to go install a neon plane art installation to Chilliwack, and some other kind of cool signage that we're building right now. Yeah, I'm interested in connecting with anyone who might be looking to get a sign project done. If you need a sign for your business, if you're opening a new business or moving or whatever it might be. And I'm also interested with connecting with trades who might be able to work with us. You know, I've often got work for concrete or, you know, crane trucks or stuff like that. So always interested in connecting with those types of people.
Thank you. Patrick and Pander.
Thank you, Anita. My name is Patrick Von Pander. I am the general manager for the Astoris Group. We are a venture capital-backed mergers and acquisitions firm, and we love acquiring small, talented, underperforming technology companies and growing them very quickly. We're organized basically into two types of companies. We've got specialists that deploy and implement, do brilliant implementations of operating software to let our clients operate that much more efficiently and effectively. and now with the pandemic, more effectively remotely. So we have Salesforce team, we have a Microsoft Dynamics team, and a Zoho team in that space. And for those companies struggling with or wanting more customers, we have some incredible digital marketing service companies that help our clients find their ideal clients or help their ideal clients find them. What I'm looking for, what I'd love all of your help with is, who do you know that is a small, highly talented, high caliber cyber technology company? We would love to be able to acquire a cyber technology services company to add into our family and supplement and synergize with the other teams that we already have and work with our enterprise clients. Patrick von Pander, Astoris Group.
Thank you so much, Patrick. I just wanted to mention something funny and not so funny. David Bennett just put it in his chat comment. If you spot a murder hornet within our region, you want to think of David Bennett. So that's very good. Thank you. Sonia Parmar, you're next.
Sorry, unmuted there. I'm Sonia Parmar. I am a current board. I sit on the board for SurreyCares as well, along with our other team members here today, as well as I'm a partner here at David Pelling Company. We're a local accounting office. I've been here for about 35 years, but don't tell Dave I said that. So we're just a general accountant out here. So I am looking to just connect with anybody and anyone that needs help, and also anyone who wants to know more about SurreyCares and how they can contribute to SurreyCares, grow an endowment or volunteer or anything like that. So that's me in a nutshell.
Thank you, Sonia. Nicola, you're next. Romanek.
Yeah, hi. Apologies for being late. It looks like I'm having quite a bit of technical difficulties as I was earlier. So I am with Chartwell Imperial Place. We're a retirement resident. Everybody has a grandma, an aunt, a neighbor. Some are senior and they're needing support, especially right now. I'm very proud to say that we're in the heart of Surrey here, and during this very challenging time, we have continued to remain COVID-free here. So I'm very proud.
Thank you, Nicola.
Continue to be for us. We have door open, and if you know someone that's needing our support, please reach out to me.
Thank you. Pierre Bourbonnais, we'll go to you next to introduce yourself.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Pierre Bourbonnais. I'm with Peninsula Canada. We are a provider in HR services and occupational health and safety for small businesses. As you know, right now, with everything that is happening with the COVID pandemic and also the second lockdown, the health and safety of your business is top priority. Not only to stay open, but to maintain the health and safety of your personnel, of your people, and also of your clients. So we help businesses, we assist them with their COVID risk assessment, creating their health and safety programs, providing them with WMIS training and anti-bullying harassment training, and a number of other things on the side of health and safety as well. I'll be putting my contact info in the chat, and please, if you have any questions regarding, reach out to me. Let's have a chat.
Thank you, Pierre.
Thank you.
Gaurav Sharma, you're next.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Anita. I'm sorry for being late in this meeting. So I'm the founder director of classtrack.com. We are a new learning management company which has actually grown to about 700 subscribers in just 3 months. And this is Canada's own LMS, and I encourage people who want to teach online or to sell courses online and take their institutes to manage everything online to come to ClassTrack and just book a demo. Till now, whoever has seen our demo has taken our subscription, so that's very encouraging. And we are the only concierge LMS company in the world. So we basically adapt to your way of working rather than having you to adapt to our software. So that has encouraged a lot of companies which were a little hesitant to go online to come online with us. And I look forward to meeting people who can help us spread the word, as well as if we can help some newcomers in creating, if the newcomers have some talents which they want to sell online in the form of teaching or courses, then we can help them get settled in that way.
Thank you. Devinder Sethi.
Hi, everyone. Pretty excited to finally get on here with the Surrey Board of Trade. I know, Anita, it's been a bit of a back and forth to get me on, but I'm glad that we're back in. CIBC's got representation now, and obviously with CIBC Business Banking, I'm the new business development manager here for the Surrey market. So I'm here to work with this market, and excited to meet all of you actually virtually, and hopefully we can do get a chance to meet with each other on a one-on-one basis. Obviously, what we're looking for here are professionals that are looking to get a second opinion on their businesses in terms of their business services, whether it be their day-to-day banking, if you're looking to expand and need some help with leasehold improvements or even commercial lending, we're here to partner with you on that aspect of it. And we're big on the charity side with our own CIBC Run for the Cure, which I was one of the champions for. So I love hearing about SurreyCares and what can happen there. So just pretty excited to get on. My info's in the chat, and I'll probably be sending you guys out emails right after this. All right, thanks.
Thanks, Devinder. And I noticed that Allan Farrugia needs some information on a new bank to work with. So you may want to follow up with her in the chat function. So thank you, Devinder. Greg Thomas, you're next.
Thank you, Anita. I hope some of you know me. In my formal capacity, I'm an aquatic toxicologist. I'm president of a company here in Surrey called G3 Consulting. We've been around for 30 years, but I don't speak to you today in that capacity. I'm also a director and past chair of the Surrey Board of Trade. I'm also a director on the BC Chamber, and I sit on several committees in the Canadian Chamber, amongst other committees and things I sit on. I'm here primarily to support the Surrey Board of Trade in listening to what's going on in your businesses right now, how you're connecting the issues and troubles that you're having, hopefully some success stories that you're having as well. We're in an interesting time. We're all adapting. Those of us that are succeeding are finding ways to innovate, and those that are struggling are having to reinvent themselves, or unfortunately are on the losing side of that, and we need as a community to reach out and find solutions for them and ways to support them. So I'm delighted that you're all joining us today and sharing your ideas and thoughts, and I'm happy to talk offline with anybody that would like to reach out. Thanks, Anita.
Thank you, Greg. Chris Browse, you're next.
Hello, I'm Haley Senchuk, and I'm sitting in for Chris Browse today. We are from Kubera Payments. Essentially, we're a mortgage broker for your payment processing services. We have a variety of payment options, and we will find the strongest pick for your business needs, whether it be point of sale or e-commerce. The people that we'd most like to connect with would be anyone who needs to accept payments or remit funds for their business. It's nice to meet everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. And Jason, are you available to speak? I know we had to take a call. Okay, so what we're going to do in the time remaining is I'm going to go around quickly. Again, I'm going to call your name. And the second element that has been very useful during these networking sessions is any advice that you have for others during this pandemic. What challenges, opportunities, success stories that you've had in terms of customer service, marketing, branding, anything like that. Because you know what? We're all in it together. And if you don't have anything to say, you can just say pass. I also wanted to let you know that we are recording this session. The session will be sent through our social media networks and my social media networks as well, both very extensive, to ensure that everyone knows who is in this session and they can connect with you further as well. So Christine, we're going to begin with you. Christine Butkus.
Okay, thank you, Anita. I think events like this are fabulous. I know I'm talking to the converted because you're all here, but this has been a great way to keep networking and build partnerships that can be really helpful during this time. So I think those are the two things that have come through really strongly for me as we work through COVID. Thanks.
John Lawson.
Thanks, Anita. In my other life, I have a wealth management business with Asante Wealth Management, and we run a family office. And I actually just had this conversation because we specialize in dealing with family businesses, and had this conversation with one of my clients the other day. And she said, you know, it scared the heck out of me when COVID hit. Business took a dive initially. A number of my competitors had to fold, or they gave up, or they didn't shift. I persevered. I worked twice as hard, and I'm coming out of this that much stronger, and I see things getting really, really good. So just that message of hope and persevere and shift. And then the last comment would be ask for help. Don't be afraid. There's lots of great help out there, and lots of professionals there that can help you. Thank you.
Scott Wheatley.
Thanks, Anita. The COVID experience for me has been quite interesting. I have a lot of my members are small businesses, and I've become sort of an information source for them in a lot of ways, always sending up updates. I saw more of Justin Trudeau at the beginning of the COVID pandemic than I probably ever would think I would have in my lifetime. Just always making sure we've got the up-to-date information. And also working with the Surrey Board of Trade through the COVID thing. We've been working together on quite a few initiatives to keep our members informed and enlightened and to what to do. But beyond that, we've lost all of our event revenue. So we're always challenging ourselves to contain costs and look for new forms of revenue. We did actually have our Clovey Awards in September, and I've never seen 41, usually it's 220, but we just had our winners, 41 people happier than anything to be out of the house for a change, all dressed up and going for dinner.
Belgie Dollywall.
Yes, hi. In my sort of advice for tax clients and small businesses, it's been relatively business as usual because thank God to Zoom or other platform technologies, it's easy, and a lot of the stuff is digital, scan, email, send. So not really much change there. However, on the educational side, on the private college sector, a lot of the schools that I work with, a good about half dozen of them, have reinvented themselves with blended delivery methods. A lot of the schools that were hesitant to go to the digital platform were overnight forced to do so, and now actually enjoy that because it gives a lot of flexibility, very little virtual job loss for teachers or admin staff. For the first couple of weeks of shutdown back in March, it was a little bit of a setback and fear factor. However, with IT support specialists coming on board, putting the same amount of hours that a student would spend in school mixed into technology, working from home, same with the admin staff, it's been business as usual. And in talking to a couple of colleges last week, they're super busy. So just like other technologies or industries that all you folks are in, same with the education field, it's diversified very rapidly and opened up a lot more opportunities to put teaching platforms in the digital world. So I guess it's a win-win situation. Got to be adaptable, quick as possible. And it's just an overnight force of going away from the traditional classroom setting into a digital setting. So that's my advice to everybody.
Thank you, Baljeet. And just to make sure we go through everyone, if you can just indicate your advice in 1 or 2 sentences, that would be appreciated. And Debbie, we'll go to you next.
Well, I'd just like to say that I've been actually amazed at what looking at the same thing that I've looked at for many years through a different lens has made. And personally, my own business, Zigzag in South Surrey, we were closed for a lot of weeks. And then when we finally reopened for brief periods during the day, it was so great to have customers who come in and say, we've missed you, I've missed shopping here. Because they don't usually say that when they come in. They just come in and shop and leave. So just a greater understanding of the appreciation that people have for what you do and don't often say it out loud to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ivana.
Mute button. Hi. That triggers something in me, what Debbie just said. Basically, I registered, it was my dream for many years to be that connector in trade field, in merchandise field between European Union and here, Canada. And last year, very quickly, I registered my company and then I froze. At the beginning of year with the COVID, I thought there's no way. I had really scared feelings of starting anything at that point. However, I was already part of Surrey Board of Trade, of course. I registered almost right away with you, and I know there are many resources to help. So, long story short, I'm very grateful to the businesses in Surrey who actually sort of motivated me to rethink that and start the business just recently, because they also see in all this trades right now between Europe, the shipping and everything, it's very tough to do. So the companies, the stores that I approached were absolutely happy to receive my offer, because they say my products are actually needed and they are hard to find, especially in that specialty stores. And so I really went crazy about it and happy about it. So I'm grateful to everybody who so far assisted me and motivated me. And just, if I have any little mini advice here, is to just don't stop, just keep going and find other solutions too. I see there are lots of online sales, but people, like Debbie mentioned, they really want to go back and physically, like myself, go to the store, look at the product, purchase it, take it home. You know, this is something that I think lots of us missing at this point. And of course, with the care and very careful approach, following all the rules of health rules that we need to approach. So I'm grateful to everyone, and thank you so much again for the opportunity.
Thank you. Caitlin Cook.
Yes, hi. I would say that, you know, keep checking in with your contacts, with your clients, your customers, maintain those communication channels, and just continue to be patient and kind with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Roger Steers.
Oh, Caitlin, that was close to what I was going to touch on. Geez. Yeah, it's really about the business relationships. And what did that look like in COVID? Because you can't take people out for coffee as easily. You can't go for lunch. I was in a talk back in March or April where they challenged everybody to think about 5 years from now, when you look back, what will you have done to take advantage of this situation, and how could you make your business better as a result of it? And one of the things I've emphasized to people is that there aren't many times in our lifetime that we are going through the same thing at the same time on a worldwide basis. One of the previous was 9/11. Here we are 20 years later, and now we're going through a pandemic. No matter who you pick the phone up and talk to, they are going through this, and they're going through it in their own way, and it may look differently, but you have no shortage of things to talk about in a caring fashion to understand what we are all going through. And that's just been, I can't emphasize that enough to my staff and to others, is that take that time, building on what Caitlin just said, to express that you care. Don't forget to pick up the phone and talk to people and just find out how they're doing, because we're all going through this together.
Thank you. Linda Paul.
Hi there. Thanks, Anita. I'm going to echo what Caitlin and Roger said. What I'm finding in what we do is we help people. We're in a helping profession, and it's we're meeting people who are extremely stressed out and are faced with a lot of uncertainty, like everybody else is doing right now. So it's just a nice reminder when we're dealing with people that that they are very vulnerable and very fragile right now, and it's nice to be able to provide people with service they need. And if I am not the solution to their problems, then we point them in the direction of where they can get help. So it just feels nice to be able to be a support in the community to people that are having financial difficulty at this time. Thanks.
Alana.
Hi. Yeah, so I mean, I agree completely. We're all sort of on the same track here. And I guess I wanted to echo a bit of what John said at the outset, is just, you know, just to remember to ask for help or encourage people to ask for help. Lots of times I feel that we're in a bit of a pause feeling right now. People have put their lives on hold, not wanting to make decisions and just kind of wanting to wait until this pandemic's over. But I guess what my thought is just make decisions, keep living life, keep asking for help, and move forward. Take your life off pause.
Absolutely. Olivia.
Yeah, thanks, Anita. My advice is similar to many. I would say keep up the coffee catch-ups, the social catch-ups weekly with my team members that maybe have nothing to do with work. It just helps keep us connected as a team. And then I always loved going for coffee to meet new people. So I am happy for video coffee catch-ups that are just to chat and get to know one another. I think that's a great thing to continue, even if it's by video instead.
Chris Drinovz.
Yeah, so working in employment law, it's been an absolute blur since March. You know, the nature of the workplace and everything to do with work has changed. But I've been really impressed with the resilience and the innovation that a lot of my clients have shown. I would say, building on the asking for help idea, you know, educate yourself and be aware of all of the help and resources that are out there, whether it's government benefits, other professionals offering help and seminars. Be good to your employees. They're your best asset, and they'll be, you know, the key to helping you out of this. And finally, in adapting to the next normal, stay true to the core values that made your business the success that it was.
Thank you. Linda Stromberg.
I'm going to take from one of the last sessions we were at, Anita. Particularly now that we're heading into the winter, colder, wetter weather, make sure you get outside, get some vitamin D, fresh air. Self-care is really important. Then you'll be there for others.
David Bennett.
Well, there's been lots covered. Yeah, I think making sure that everybody understands everybody's in a bit different situation, and you need to have, I know as an employer, we try to be flexible with people, and also just reaching out to people, you know, when we're sitting at home. I think sometimes we forget that there's people who are lonely, or, you know, they may be working, but they're not having that regular interaction that they normally would. And just something that you all might not know about Fortis, that when we first started into this pandemic, we had a special program for COVID recovery. But if you ever encounter anyone who's in any difficulty, we don't really advertise it, but you can always phone us and talk to our contact center people and rearrange payments and things like that. And we certainly like to help our customers through things when they're having trouble. So don't wait till you're in trouble. Give us a call and we can usually work things out.
Allan Farrugia.
Hi, yeah, echoing what everybody else is saying. For performing arts, this has been absolutely devastating. I've been playing in orchestra since I was 9 years old consistently. So this is the first time my whole life where I haven't been, you know, performing regularly with an orchestra. I would just say, we've had to pivot to online lessons, online videos and concerts and stuff. And I think just having the highest quality tools you can possibly get, the best internet, the best audio equipment, just so that it's not frustrating for the person on the other side of the screen, is really important for what we do. Just, in terms of microphones, video, whatever it is, just making yourself look incredibly professional on the other side, as I've talked with my mess behind me here. But I think that's really, really important for what we do anyway. Thank you.
Patrick.
Hi, thank you, Anita. What's really impressed me during this pandemic is how those business people who are natural problem solver type personalities have really been given the opportunity and the environment to really come out and flourish. And they've stepped up in a big, big way in different ways, but it's been really heartening to have that experience. We were very fortunate with our being so embedded in with technology that it was a quick and easy pivot, relatively speaking, for us to have everyone work remotely, basically day one of the pandemic. And our teams, they have loved the flexibility of working from home. And quite frankly, we've seen productivity increases as a byproduct of that, because people haven't had to commute as much and have had the flexibility to look after their households during the whole time. As long as they get their work done and they hit their deadlines, everything's good. And so we were in a great position to be able to pay that forward then with our clients and help them with the transition. So I just love how it brought out the problem solving nature in certain people.
Nicola.
Mine's about being asked to provide a safe place for all the residents that are here coming to work still during COVID. We haven't stopped. Every day you bring that smile. We become close. I personally become a lot closer to residents. It's been my honor to go through this with them. And community support has been fantastic. The local Save on Foods donates flowers, and then I get to hand them to residents. It's just put that smile on their face. So yeah, it's been a great time here, as hard as it's been.
Thank you. Elodie?
Hi, everyone. I would say the power of networking and sharing each other's resources has been the most impactful thing I've seen. Working for a nonprofit, obviously, things have shifted completely and businesses are not in the position they were in last year to give. And so we've, been finding different ways to promote each other's work. And, we've worked with restaurants to support them so that we could provide meals for healthcare workers and things like that. And just sharing each other's messages has been really powerful. So I would say just continue supporting each other.
Tristan.
I think a lot of it people here have said. For me, and for TDH, it's been a lot of just, don't give up. We spent a lot of time working on improvements in the business. It's time to take a look at what we're doing and see what we can do better and more efficiently, and have some fun with the team while we're doing it in ways that are safe, so that everyone still feels connected to the whole thing.
Sonia, are you able to speak?
So I just wanted to say that I'm thankful just that my staff has been able to come in and work and we're able to meet all the deadlines. The turning point that came for us is having to learn all the changes that our federal government kept putting through, and working and having clients come in and say, why aren't you the expert on that? I mean, it just got announced this morning. You should have known ahead of time. But that's just something that part of the job. But just having to flip and quickly learn everything so fast. So that's one thing. But having everybody healthy and being an employer that is saying, do what you need to do. You have to put yourself first. Because you can't serve anybody else until you're good.
Devinder from CIBC.
Yeah, I mean, one of the great things, you guys can hear me hopefully. Yeah.
Yes.
One of the key takeaways has been we've been at the front lines, obviously, when COVID hit, the different programs. That's Sonia was just talking about, the CERB, SEBA. You know, I was receiving calls daily. We had just relaunched business banking, and like a couple of months later, all of a sudden we're in this pandemic. So a lot of times I was fielding calls where clients weren't CIBC clients. I was just helping them, actually using their bank's websites to get them the information they needed to get their loans done. Why do you do that? Because as everyone's been mentioning here, you work together, right? You work together to help people out in time of need. Down the road, when you're sharing your networks, working together, you exchange opportunities. So it was one of those things where a couple of these clients actually ended up coming and opening accounts with us because they saw that we weren't really looking at, oh, you're with them, go deal with them. It was whatever we could do to help you on the front line. So really, it's just about coming together because, you know, as they said, as many of you have said earlier, it's, you know, all of us are in this together, right? This is not like a one-person problem. This is a global issue for us in the Surrey, in the Metro Surrey, you know, Fraser Valley area. We just need to be able to come together. How do we help out other businesses? We share our resources, we share our contacts. So, you know, if you know someone who can help someone else out, you introduce them, right? Just be that go-to person, and we'll get through this, and we'll grow and get out of this better than we were when we got into it. That's for sure.
Gaurav Sharma.
I just want to say that two words which define us during COVID was business compassion. So what the steps that we took was we reduced our price to a bare minimum cost to cost, so that people who wanted to go online, education institutes or tutors or small scale teaching academies who were thinking about going online but couldn't afford, we actually gave a few nonprofits a free subscription as well until, you know, we're back to normal. So business outreach and business compassion is what I think should be the motto going forward.
Pierre Bourbonnais.
Yes. So I'll be honest. I think remembering to laugh, you know, in all of this, it's a difficult time, and laughing helps our mood. You know, we've been through difficult times before, and we're going to get through this as a people, as you know, as a civilization. And a point to Linda Stromberg too about practicing self-care. I would say that not only, yes, you need to practice self-care, but also, you know, for your employees, you need to, it's something you need to be aware of. If they're working remotely, if they're working from home, how is their mental health? How are they coping with the issues, the changes to the day-to-day? Part of that team building, part of keeping a strong team together is looking into that side of it as well.
And Chris Browse.
Okay, we would like to say continue to be supportive and sympathetic to others that are having difficulties during this time, and continue just putting your best efforts forward to adapting to the ever-changing situation.
And Jason, are you there? Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for today's Surrey Board of Trade Networking at Noon. We have many more to come and a jam-packed agenda of digital events. Check us out at businessinsurrey.com. Tomorrow, we are welcoming at 12:30, I believe it's 12:30, but let me just double check. It's 1:30 p.m. We're welcoming Canada's leader of the official opposition, Aaron O'Toole, for 1 hour. And you can engage with him in a very unique opportunity. And make it a great business day, everyone.